Alright guys, Kazoo71 here on Ark Survival Ascended. We got our Basilosaurus or our Basil last time, so as you guys, if you're watching the episode, you know that I tamed a couple of Megalodons, took them down there, got me a Basilosaurus. So now we're going to take this Basil down, we're going to go explore a little bit. I want to check out this underwater, and this was recorded on 11.4. Game came out on 10.25, so this is a little bit ago. They've done a couple of updates and patches, or several patches and updates since then. This is still when the corpse glitch, I call it. So you know you have these dead bodies and you can't even eat them sometimes. So this looked like one of those mushrooms on Fjordor, and I wanted to check it out and see if I could harvest it, but you cannot. So yep, nothing there. Going forward a little bit here, there's a Megalodon coming, and as I mentioned to you guys, if you don't know, if you're new to Ark or Ark Ascended, the Basilosaurus is the best underwater dino there is. There's nothing else that compares to it. You can just take out everything, alphas and everything. So there's the Megalodon down pretty quick, and like I said, there's that glitch when you can't eat the body. It takes a little bit, so it's going to move around a little bit. I'm going to skip forward a little bit and just show you guys some different stuff. So here's the silica pearls. This is what they look like on Ark Survival Ascended. A little different than Ark Survival Evolve. A little harder to see. But they are shaped kind of the same, so they changed it a little bit. They put a lot of the underwater graphics that they had on Fjordor and some of these other ones in here too. So not seeing too much of the Genesis or Genesis 2 ones under here, but well, Genesis 2's got a little bit of this stuff in it. So just checking out the different rocks. There's some coral rocks now. I've seen somebody else saying that the Dunkleosteus harvest a lot of metal with these guys, and I'm sure they do. We'll test that out. So not right now though, because I don't have one yet. This is early on. I can tell you guys going forward, since it's months later, that they do harvest quite a bit of metal, but it's not a ton. It's not the best way to harvest metal on Ark Survival Ascended on the island. Definitely not the best way. It is a good way though, because the Dunkleosteus are not really good at, you know, defending against electric attacks like these eels right here. So they don't do well against this. The Basilosaurus is immune to electric stuff, so they're immune to the squid, they're immune to the electric stuff. They're just, nothing can hurt them. I mean, you can get hurt and you can get them killed, but pretty much they don't take damage from this electric piece and stuff. They gotta bite me to do any damage. So anywho, that's the eels. Just want to show you guys that part. Clean out my hands a little bit. I'm not going to show you guys all these different parts when we do this. Just leveling up my basil as we go. But I will leave a couple of these little clips in there, but not many. So just jumping forward a little bit here, I came across this Dunkleosteus. I call him a Dunkleo, the Dunklo. And it looks like it's stuck, so it's not a super high level, but this will be a good one to test. So I'm going to go ahead and try to tame this guy. We're going to pull out the tranks. And the whistles at this point in the game are still not working right early on. I don't even know if they fixed that attack my target whistle yet. I know when you were whistling, they would put them on aggressive, and that's not what you want. So you got to go in there and manually put them on what you want. And I still ain't figured out the taming groups. Anybody knows how to do that, I'd appreciate you letting me know, because they sure as heck don't work like they did on Ark Survival Evolved. There's no taming groups anymore. They show them, but you can't set them. You can't use them. You can't put dinos in them. It's just stupid. The groups are gone. That's one feature I don't understand why they took that away. So anyway, just going to trank this guy. I'm using a crossbow, as you guys can see. It's one of the only things you can shoot underwater is a crossbow and the harpoon. That's it. You can't shoot a bow underwater. You can't shoot any of the guns underwater. So just going to knock this guy down. It's getting a little bloody. I'm using trank arrows, and I think this is a regular crossbow. I say it's a ramshackle crossbow. As you can see, it's green. So need to make some more arrows. I like the wetsuit. Wetsuit looks pretty cool. I haven't painted them yet. They do look pretty cool with the black and yellow. So a little better graphics. So if you guys haven't heard me say this before, Ark Survival Ascended, in my opinion, is just Ark Survival Evolved reskinned with higher level graphics, and you know, they redid some of the terrain a little bit, but it's pretty much the same thing. I put these graphics on, I have a 490 in the video, so I've run these graphics on Epic, and these dinos don't look hardly any different to me. I'm telling you, this is on high settings right here, some medium, some high, running the 2060 in the video on my old computer, but it didn't change it at all, guys. I'm telling you, when I got my new computer and bumped it, and I got a new computer just for Ark, so I could play Ark Survival Ascended and see what the graphics look like. It's no different, man. It's the same to me. So there's another silica pearl right there. So yeah, anyway, just looking around a little bit. We're going to tame this guy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swim off, explore a little bit. I'm not going to show you guys that part because it just stayed in the general area waiting for this thing to tame. But then I'll bring you guys back when it's tamed, and I'm going to show you guys what to come up against. These guys are not the greatest fighters, the Dunkleosteus. So, but the Basil is. Just turning my tracker on. That part does work. As you can see, here's that thing I was telling you about with the groups and stuff. None of these will stay set. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, you try to click one of them groups and it just switches back to the main one. So coming back around, I explored for about 10 minutes. This guy's tamed. Gonna have him follow me. I'm sure he's on attack my target right now. I'll change him in a bit. But right now we're just going to kind of head up. See, I'm going to try to keep this guy safe. He's not a very high level, so I've got to be really careful with him. I want to use him to test out those rocks like I was telling you guys about the metal. So once I establish me a little base area with the water, we'll figure that out. And we'll take him down there and check him out. But can't use the cryopods and stuff like they used to. So going forward a little bit here, I showed this in a video I did early on. These are the jellyfish. This is the exact same clip I used for that jellyfish video, but that's how they created them. They changed them. So no longer in these little schools, they're 4 or 5 or 6. They're just one by themselves against the rocks, and they don't do nothing but sit there. So it's really pathetic. Makes it really hard to get the biotoxin that you need. I use a lot of the, you see I got like 20 something. I use the shocking tranquilizer darts and a long neck rifle. That's how I tamed almost everything on the land and in the air. And without the biotoxins from those guys, you can't really do it. So the only way to get them on the island is kill jellyfish. And you cannot find that many jellyfish. So I am in the bottom right corner of the map. Another little thing here, as you can see, we're fighting a couple things. The bottom right corner of the map, this is where the herbivore island is. On Ark Survival Evolved, there is a loot cave down there. And in that loot cave, I call it a loot cave, it has oil rocks, some silica pearls, and some crystal. That sucker is not there on this map, or I can't find it. I've spent hours swimming around looking at every little crevice down here trying to find that thing. I cannot find it. So just letting you guys know that I haven't been able to locate it. There's actually 3 of them, if I remember right, 3 on the island on Ark Survival Evolved. And there's the bottom right corner, the bottom left corner, and then the top right corner. I don't think there's one on the top left corner. I've never seen one up there. But anyway, those 3, and they're little loot caves where you can go inside and they have that same stuff in them, but I haven't been able to find them. I looked at the bottom right and the bottom left corner, spent hours underwater looking and can't find these guys. So I don't know if they took them off or I'm just not seeing them. And there's a squid right there. That's great. Hello, Tuso. Let's get up here a little bit. So took out some megalodons and a jellyfish. So we're going to take out this squid. I'm going to get my Dunkleo up here. I don't want the Dunkleosteus to try to fight that thing because that squid will kill the Dunkleo, especially since it's already bloody. And it's not doing too well. You can see it's pretty beat up. So I'm trying to protect it a little bit, but it's deciding to fight everything. Because I have it on attack my target or aggressive. I don't even remember what. That squid's coming up, man. Let's go higher. The squid's not supposed to go up high, so let's just stay up here with this Dunkleo. And here's another glitch right here, guys. So I left this in here. I was going to take this part out, but you see the Dunkleo swimming round and round down there? He's just swimming around. He's trying to bite something. He can't get it. He's trying to bite something. So I was waiting for him to come up. I couldn't figure out what he was doing because he's not being attacked. There's no hit marks or anything. It's a dead manta floating in the water. He's trying to eat it. So, yeah. This thing is stupid. I got some bad glitches. This is Ark, guys. I've been playing this game. It came out in 2015. I've been playing it since 2016. So Ark Survival Evolved, and this is Ark Survival Ascended. They've had so many glitches. It's a great game. I'll still praise it. I'll still like it. It's still one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game. But it's got so many problems. Oh, look at this yellow Basilosaurus. It's got so many issues compared to other games that come out. For example, Power World came out a couple weeks ago. That's still in beta early access, and that sucker has hardly any glitches when it comes to single player. On multiplayer, it's got some lag. But other than that, man, beta is like way more complete than Ark. So Ark has so many issues when it first came out. And the dev teams, I'm just surprised at how many people work, you know, for Wild Card and for Snail Games and just how glitchy these things are with as many people as they have working on this stuff. And you have these other games that are lower level, you know, less staff, brand new, and no glitches and no problems like this. So, you know, let's not complaining, guys. I love this game. I'm still playing it. It's 2024, and I'm still playing this game. I'm still playing Ark. So, there's a couple other games I don't play as much anymore, but this is the one I still play. So, here's the Tuso, not a high-level Tuso, but like I said, wanted to show you guys. If you don't know, if you're new to Ark, some people are new. Believe me, there's brand new players just starting this game. The Tuso cannot grab the Basilosaurus. So if you're on a Basil, you can't be grabbed by him. You can take the damage from the ink, as you can see there. That ink will blind you. It will drain the stamina down from you. See my stamina going at the bottom right corner? And the Basil stamina is going a little bit. So one of the strange things about that, you got to get off the Basil like I just did and back on, otherwise your stamina will not come back. It's really weird. Yeah, sucker inked me again. I'm trying to stay out of the ink. I'm trying to stay above the ink. I got you. Oh, it's a Mosey too. Go, let's test out the Mosey. Oh, another Plazy. Alright, come on, Nessie. Let's take Nessie out, then we're going to take the big water lizard, the Mosey, out. Someone made a comment recently on my videos that the Moseys are like, I can't remember what they said, like something about how they like them is the most powerful. Man, I'll wipe them suckers out with this baby. They're pretty cool. The Moseys and the Plazies you can build platform saddles on, so they can take some weight, but the Plazies and the Moseys both take damage from the electrical stuff. And I think the Plazies can get grabbed by the squid. I'm not sure the Moseys can. I don't swim around with these guys, man. I do not use the Plazies or the Moseys at all. Tamed them, rode around on them a little bit, ridden them for a few minutes. Oh, look, they're still not dead. They're just, I don't know. They're just not my preferred mount. This guy I'm on right here is the one I want. And I will use this one to get a higher level one later. As you can see, not taking much damage. So, by the way, if you're a new player, the Basilosaurus will heal itself in shallower water. So the closer you get to the surface, it will heal itself. The health will come back. So if you're ever fighting something really bad, like an alpha megalodon or something like that, that's a high level one, and you're taking damage, just lead that sucker to the shallow water. Go all the way up to the surface and just chomp it at the surface. And then you'll be healing while it's attacking you and you're fighting it, and you'll heal quicker than it can kill you. Now, I would not recommend that if you have like a super low level Basil. Like if you had like a level 40 or 50 Basil and you were fighting a 150 alpha megalodon, you're probably going to die. So just keep that in mind. You need to have the level up on your Basil a little bit. So, but there goes that guy. That was the Plazy. Where'd the Mosey go? Let's go down here and take this Mosey out. Eat this squid right here. There's the Mosey. Oh, level 10. Pathetic. Not even worth trying to tame. If it was a high level, I might leave it and come back and tame it, but it ain't worth it. There's a squid bag. Let's grab that stuff. As you can see, I got black pearls and the squid tentacles and stuff like that. I'm going to dump that in the Basil so it can handle the weight a little bit. And then we're going to go kill this Mosey down here. We're going to mosey on down and kill the Mosey. Let's go get him. It'd be easy to kill. He's on level 10. I'm just letting my health go up just a little bit here. Here we go. I got enough health. You see at the top right how much he got. This Mosey won't give me. He's only at 10. Mosey has a pretty drastic bite. But you can see it's only doing like 70 something damage. But if you can see, if you were fighting an alpha one or a level 151, they're going to do a lot of damage to you. So just keep that in mind with the Moses. Once again, take your Basil up in shallow water, make that sucker follow you. Get a certain height, it'll stop following you, and then you can get your health back and go back down there and fight it some more. So just a little tip there. Alright, so that thing's dead. Easy peasy. And let's look in the inventory real quick. And then that's pretty much it, guys. I just want to show you guys a little bit of the underwater part. Here's where I'm planning on putting my water pen, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is not a good spot. It's not big enough for me, so we're going to end up moving this eventually. But I did put a gate down and show you guys that. So if you guys enjoyed the episode, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments, please make them. And thanks for watching as always, guys. I do appreciate it. And I will see you next time.